Hey guys, Prof Jumper here, and I'm going to be bringing you my Week 7 match against Shadow Force, aka Biddle. Biddle is... I can't remember his record, I'm afraid. I think he's 3-3 going into this week. He's had some good battles, had some bad ones. He's got a very, very scary team, which is Victini, Domfan, Dragalgi, Slurpuff, Golurk, Bofalant, Mega Blastoise, Amoonguss, Cresselia, Digsby, and Rotom Frost. A couple of things I can see straight off looking there. I don't really have anything to handle the Victini. I don't really have anything to handle the Diggersby, particularly if he gets to +2. Mega Aggron does not wall a Swords down Diggersby. Things I'm not too worried about, the Domfan's pretty easy to deal with. The Dragalgi's a bit of a threat, but I don't hugely expect it to come. The Golurk, not too worried about. Bofalant, not too worried about. Mega Blastoise, I have things to handle that. Amoonguss, it's annoying, but I can definitely take advantage of it because you know exactly what it's going to do. Cress is a huge threat, so I have prep to deal with that. And the Rotom Frost is quite annoying with its dual stab. Don't really have too many things which like taking it because my Gudra does not want to take a Blizzard. So let's hop into my team builder, and we have first success. We have my Life Orb Nidoking with Thunderbolt, Sludge Wave, Stealth Rock, and Ice Beam. Bolt Beam and Sludge Wave give me basically perfect coverage against this team. I hit almost everything super effectively, apart from a couple of things like the Bofalant and the Victini. Consider bringing Scarf Earth Power for Victini, but I kind of expect him to bring Scarf Teeny so that he's guaranteed that he outspeeds my Manaphy. This thing can just hits really, really hard. The speed on it is to outspeed a max speed Diggersby, I believe, because that's base 80. Then I have Gudra, very, very special Gudra set. I'm running defensive, Curse Rest, Sleep Talk, Outrage, and this thing, unless he's banded, Teeny takes it on basically regardless of what it is. I think if it's Jolly, I still have a good chance. I think I've still got an 83.4% chance to live to banded Jolly V creates. I'm expecting him not to bring Slurpuff because I do have two Dragon types, but I also have a Nidoking and I have a Mega Aggron, and those things just can absolutely deal with Slurpuff like really, really easily, so I don't expect him to bring it. Next thing I have Sub Tailglow Psychic Skull Manaphy. Doesn't have a Psychic. From memory, doesn't have a good Psychic resist on his team. Sub Tailglow allows me to beat Sub Tailglow Skull. Sorry, with leftovers allows me to beat the Crest 1-on-1, even without much defensive investment. The bulk investment is so I can take a hit from a Diggersby or Victini if he's physical. So that allows me to take him on a lot better, and means that unlike Jordan last week's UCL match, I won't my Manaphy won't go down to a crit Flare Blitz, not V crit, sorry. Third thing we have is Dr. Orphis with Energy Ball, Trick, Psychic Shadow Ball. Trick can absolutely cripple the Cresselia, and also base 80, I outspeed a lot of his team. I outspeed him if he's not. Basically, this is my best way of revenging a V-Create Victini, because at -1 spare def and -1 speed, with my Scarf, I will outspeed him no matter what, even if he's Scarf, and KO him with a Shadow Ball. This thing can also, Stab Psychic is, as I've mentioned, very, very good against the team. He's only got the Crescent Victini as a resistance, and Shadow Ball nails both of them. Energy Ball is tip for Diggersby. I need to get some damage off it to OHKO it, but it's a good way of me for getting a big hit off on that thing. I think it also does a lot more damage to the Mega Blastoise and the Golurk, and the Domfan. Grass and the Psychic's fair for obviously Amoonguss, Stab, all that does. Just making sure that you can actually see that entirely. Next we have Boggles the Clue Clown. This is Tangler. It is the only thing on my team which can take on the Diggersby. It hard counters Diggersby. Even if he's Swords Dance, I can still take it on because of my incredible defense stat. It's like up to about 540. Haven't got full defensive investment. I decided to put a bit of Speed F in there because I didn't need it to take on my Diggersby, and it meant that if I could get up on Amnesia, I can 1v1 his Mega Blastoise, which is really nice because that thing is potentially quite tricky and quite difficult to take on. The speed investment was to outspeed on West Warhammer, to make sure I outspeed a max speed Blastoise or a max speed Diggsby, I believe. Yeah. And finally, we have. Oh no, hang on. Sorry, this isn't recording properly. I'm just going to click on that. Finally, we have Brock Sampson, Mega Aggron, max attack, Rustin Spadef, and enough speed at +2 to outspeed to outrun his entire team. He's not got a particularly fast team. Mine isn't either, but if I get to +2 speed, I will outspeed everything. With Toxic for Crossolia, Earthquake and Heavy Slam, because that gives me basically perfect coverage against the team, means I can hit basically everything, and then Rock Polish, obviously for boosting speed. I don't OHKO with Victini unless he's at -1 defense, but if after rocks I OHKO him. Same with Mesprit, I believe, which is why I have rocks on West Warhammer. This thing basically, I need to bring it just in case he does bring the Slurpuff. Switches in very well on the Dragalge as well, and can really murk it with an Earthquake. It's also there to take on Rotom Frost to a lesser extent, because Heavy Slam will be doing a lot. It's not ideal, it's not my best way of taking it on, but with rocks and with chip damage, I think I can deal with it. So let's hop more or less immediately right into my team builder. Not my team builder, sorry, the postcom. As you can see, he's brought Diggsby, he's brought the Dragalge, he's brought the Slurpuff, the Golurk, the Mega Blastoise, and Victini. Slurpuff's a slight surprise. I kind of expect him to bring Crest, but we'll have to deal with that. I decide to leave off with my Tangler, just trying to get a Toxic on something, just to scout out. It's pretty useful because it's again, it stops for Diggsby. He leads off Diggsby. That's a good lead-up matchup for me. I click Toxic, hoping he doesn't go into the Dragalge. He U-turns into the Dragalge, reveals that he's actually Choice Scarf here through the damage, and having a U-turn. I pivot out, expecting him to Sludge Wave. I pivot out, expecting him to Sludge Wave. To Earth Power. Sorry, predicting Mega Aggron to come in. He reveals that he has HP Fire here, and he also reveals, due to that damage roll, that he's Choice Specs. I decide to then go into Wes Warhammer because that puts a lot of offensive pressure on his team, and he's likely to go into that Slurpuff on my Goodra switch. Trying to think of... also, the reason why I switched Goodra in is, in case he didn't Earth Power, in case he did just decide to Draco, the Goodra, because he has the Slurpuff and I am mono attacking, it's kind of can be kind of sacked. It's potential. It's not the win combo it was if he didn't have the Slurpuff. So I go into Nidoking here on his particularly double. He doubles out again, and I Sludge Wave here just to get damage off something. That's an easy 2-hit KO on his Mega Blastoise, and that gives me a nice one I need. He goes out into this into Diggsby, and I kind of predicted a knockoff. Kind of predicting the U-turn, which I didn't really want to take because it was a free switch into Victini, go out into Hunter Gatherers, take the knockoff fairly well, pretty well, and here he goes out. I sub for scouting, not the best play I've ever made. Probably should have just clicked Scold and tried to burn this thing. He clicks Sludge Wave. I didn't want to Tailglow up there. I didn't have a lot of attack investment, and therefore it was a roll really in his favour to live a plus 2.5 Tailgo, and then he would basically OK me back. We know he's locked in the Sludge Wave now, so I go out into Samson. He makes a good double here into Teeny, and I go out into my Goodra, and here he gets a high roll. And he also reveals that he's Jolly Band. It's a roll in my favour here to live. It's a roll in his favour to take me out. He gets a low roll, thankfully for me. But at this stage, Goodra wasn't the most important thing, and I double out here, predicting him to go into the Slurpuff. Now here was a misplay because he might. I predicted him to go into Slurpuff. I should have just gone into Mega Aggron. It was the much safer play. I could have kicked EQ and then put one of his mons in range of my Mesprit. It was a misplay. And now I basically have to sack off my Manaphy. Basically, I try and get the burn here on his belly drum. I don't get it, fortunately for him. and I basically have to sack off Mana Fee and sack off most of the health on my Mega Aggron, because Mega Aggron takes this thing on really easily, like it absolutely walls it. But he's kind of pulling the button a bit early there, and here I Heavy Slam to take him out. He goes out to Dragalge, and here I think, oh shit, he's faster than me, I don't have a switch. And I Rock Polish up. This is a huge misplay, because as you see, I outspeed, and I could have just killed him with a KO because I'm offensive, with Earthquake because I'm offensive. Go out into my. Here's another second misplay. Sorry, I'm gonna slow it down a bit here. Second misplay. I go into my Scarf Mesperate. I predict him to predict the Psychic and go out into his Victini. Click Shadow Ball, and he scars me, he burns me, and this thing. I've had 2 opportunities now where I could have just knocked it out, and I should have. Like, this will come back and haunt me in this game. He switches out on my Gudra. Victini U-turns, that's fine. I just clicked Sleep Talk here. Want to burn one of the 2 Rest Talk turns. I think I get Rest, yeah. And he goes out into his Cyborg. Here, I just all day have to go out to Tangler, walls this thing completely. Even Ice Punch is not going to be doing it, trying to run this out, and he clicks Ice Punch, predicting it, and that's doing 30, nothing. Here he goes out into his Dragalge. I double out into my Wes Warhammer, and here I misplay again by going for Stealth Rocks. I predict him to switch out, because this Dragalge is one of his 2 things which can kill my Tangler. I should have just Ice Beamed. Like, Ice Beam, I'm pretty sure killed from there. I didn't actually calc it, because I wanted Rocks up and because I wanted damage on the Victini, forgetting that every time he comes in, he's clicking V-Create, and V-Create makes it easier for me to kill him. If I got rid of this thing, my Cursed Gudra would have won, and I should have just clicked Ice Beam. And the reason I didn't click Ice Beam is because I expected him to know that Cursed Gudra just won. But thinking back at it, if I had Earth Power here, I would have been clicking Earth Power, and he would have switched into his Victini, and he would have died. And I understand why he sat this off, and it was just a terrible misplay on my part, because it means I lose my Wes Warhammer to the Specs Draco. Go out into my Gudra here, because I can kind of take a hit because he's at -2. Click Sleep Talk again, I believe. I think I get up the Curse. Yep, which is nice. And here, I basically can sponge the Ice Punch, and I kind of have to click. Oh no, I double. Why did I double? I double because I can't really sponge the Ice Punch. That's why. And here, he basically in a range where he's sacking his Cyborg to my thing. I potentially could have set up a few amnesias if I'd been thinking about it, but I didn't want to get frozen. Because that could have meant I may have forced him out into his Victini instead of his Dragalge here. Here he goes into his Dragalge, and I don't have a switch into his thing anymore. I just have to Synthesis and hope that he clicks Draco, or misses or something like that. Here I go into my Gudra. I will wake up this turn, and I just have to click Outrage. Like, it's at that stage where I just need to weaken things and hope that I can clear up with my Scarf Mesperate. Very cleverly, he doesn't let his he knows I have Shadow Ball, so he doesn't let his Diggersby get weakened, and he basically goes out into his Teeny. Here to win, I need a 2-turn Outrage, and I don't get it. He V-creates me, takes me out. At this stage, it was basically here. I lock myself into Energy Ball, and I have to. I think I've lost at this point. And he goes out into his Scarf Diggersby. I will outspeed because I'm faster speed tier, and unless I crit him, I won't take him out, and I crit him. This is the absolute worst way to win a Pokemon match. It absolutely mattered, and based off how badly I played around with Dragalge earlier on, I did not deserve to win that match. I feel I would have won that had I just clicked Earthquake rather than clicking Rock Polish, and it could have been sort of a completely different game had I just realised that the Dragalge, realised how much damage the Dragalge could do if I just didn't take it out. I played so poorly around it, and he got himself into a winning position because of that, and he played really well up until then, and then he lost because of the crit. That's realistically that's how it happens. Thankfully, Biddle's like a really, really cool guy, and he's really understanding of it. Like, he's not. I imagine he's a bit salty, but he's like, he understands it's Pokemon. And for me, this is like the worst way to win a match. Like, I didn't deserve it, but you can't. What can you do? Does turn me up to 6-1. Reason why there's been a big gap between this and my last match is my last opponent has disappeared. We've got a replacement coach in, but I have got the forfeit win. I'll see if I can battle him and get me out and replace that result with use that result to replace the forfeit, because I don't really want to win on a forfeit. But that's why and there's a bit of slowdown in the league, which is why this has been gone for ages. My next match, most likely, unless I do play Grey Fox, is against Abacus, or the Bottom Septile. I think he's 1-5 at the moment, or something like that. He's not having the best of times, but he has picked up a couple. Oh no, he's not 1-5. Sorry, no, I think he's 3-4 or something like that. But he's got a negative record. But he's a good player. He's got some threats on his team like Weave, Hard, and Matt. So should be an interesting match, and I hope you will join me for that one soon.